Okay, everyone, welcome to the Autistic YT Podcast Show. I want to say this is going to be season 4, but I'm a bit too unsure for this. But yeah, welcome back after such a long break. Everything will be explained on where I've been in episode 2. But jump straight in. We're interviewing a Rec Room YouTuber again, and this guy. Yippee! Well, I'm sure a lot of you probably know who he is because he's pretty well known in YouTube. Within the Rec Room community, should I say? Which, ladies and gents, please welcome my guest, Skull, who's known for covering news and community updates. So, welcome, Skull. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm doing brilliant, thanks. Just doing this, doing podcasts finally on the PC. Actually, it's weird,
That's what's up. Yeah, there's so many more buttons.
I know.
For sure.
It's like I'm trying to get my head around either Streamlabs or OBS. It's like the last time, I was on PC was when Windows XP existed.
Dang.
That was when I was a kid, so it's like it's mind blowing. It's like so much to learn for, but anyway, so obviously today we're going to be interviewing you, just getting to know a bit about you, Skull, because I do enjoy watching your videos because you cover Rec Room news and all that, and I'm sure some of your fans will probably love to know a bit about what goes on behind the scenes as well, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you are a known creator focusing on Rec Room news and community updates. So let's start with the beginning of your journey then. So basically, with your YouTube name first of all, how did you come up with your YouTube name?
Jeez. Okay, so I've told this story plenty of times, basically. I had this old, actual, character for YouTube and stuff like that. A mascot, if you will. And it had, a skeleton mask and a hoodie and whatnot. And I had a different name then because it was a different YouTube channel. It was a whole different game and whatnot. But I was looking for a new YouTube channel name, and I needed something small, something that would stick, something that, people could, remember and whatnot. And I had the skeleton mask, and I thought I was going to keep that, thing with the skeleton mask and the hoodie and whatnot. I obviously didn't, but I was like, the only thing that's really revealing is the actual mask, which is the skull of your head, the actual bone, the skull. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to get skull, switch it up a little bit, add a 0 in there, get rid of a L, and bam.
Nice, okay.
I was skull.
Now, obviously, because you're on PC, you on VR on PC, probably 99% of the over Rec Room YouTubers. How did you got introduced to the world of virtual reality and PC gaming and even Rec Room?
So before I had my computer, okay. Before I had my computer and I was on PlayStation, PS4, and all that, I had a friend which I would do a bunch of Minecraft role plays with named Noodle. He made Gravity Pulse. He's the map creator for that. And he got into Rec Room and VR and PSVR first. And then once he finally got into it, tried out Rec Room, started doing what he does, he told me about it. And I was like, oh, this sounds cool. So that Christmas, I got a VR headset, and I started playing. And bam, that was 2017.
Wow, 2017.
And just from there, it was Rec Room with the PSVR, and then with PC gaming, came with my YouTube channel. My whole PC and stuff like that, it's all due to my YouTube channel. I wouldn't have it without my YouTube and stuff like that. So, nice. It was just Rec Room first, and then it came with PC gaming. I had to adapt to that so I could make, easier. So content was more easier for me to create and stuff like that. And, yeah. I kind of just got what I got.
I can't believe you joined Rec Room before I did as well. I joined in
Yeah, I played.
I joined in September of, I think it was I think it's October of 2018 or something like that. So
yeah, 2018 was a good year. A lot of players joined then.
Yeah,
for sure. A lot of players that I know now joined then. So
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. I know that a lot of people have said that a lot of things have changed, which I do want to ask you quite a few questions about, like, like the past of Rec Room and all that, like. But yeah, moving on to our next question. And
Hmm.
what inspired you to delve into the realm of making Rec Room content, like particularly focusing on like news updates for videos?
Mm. Okay. So I used to make funny moments and stuff like that, and I mean, I would rarely pull 100 views per video and stuff. So what really like was my motivating factor was the fact that it just did better. Like I got more numbers, people wanted to see that more of me. You know what I mean? So when I did my first update and news video, out of a completely whim, it did way better than any of my funny moment videos had ever done. And I was like, I could turn this into something. So I kind of like got that initial boost as a signal to switch up my content, and I did, and I became the news guy, and it's worked for me ever since. So
Yes,
I
you're
have
now
no
known
complaints.
as a god to the Rec Room universe.
Oh man, I wish. Maybe at 100,000, for sure.
I think it will definitely happen. Like, it will definitely happen. I mean, it's something original. Like, it's something that's not been done that much. Which, since
With
you're,
news and all that.
yeah, like
Mhm.
yeah, which
Yeah.
I think it's great that you do this sort of thing. Like, it's amazing because it gives those that even if those who are like probably new to Rec Room or been a player for a long time but don't get involved with the community that much, it's great that we can like watch these sort of videos from like content creators like you that covers all these topics. So
It's
yeah.
good to keep updated. Yeah, especially when you can't yourself.
Yeah.
That's kind of like one of the points of my videos and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, creating content, or engaging content while delivering the news, it can be a delicate balance. So how do you approach this, and like what goes into your creative process?
Pretty much. I gotta think about that. My creative process. Okay. Pretty much when it comes to making my content, and news and stuff like that, my content is news. So whenever I have like something or someone like DMs me about something or like any sort of news topic or anything that's going on, I can turn that into a video. I can turn that into a short and whatnot. So my creative process is I want to cover all these things, bam, 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 bam. So I'm going to try and cover all these things, bam, 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 within this day, because that's just what's happening today. And if I cover them, I cover them all. And I'm happy. That's a good day. But you're asking for my creative process. That's not really my creative process. My creative process is more of I wait for things to happen inside of Rec Room. Either it be like an event or something like that, or it be just like a bug that had just popped up and people had discovered it. So my creative process isn't me actively going into game or anything trying to find stuff, but more of me just kind of fishing, if you will.
Yeah.
that's what it's like to me.
Sort
But
of like
I don't really have like a
kind of way.
yeah. I'm sure other YouTubers have different creative processes and like ways that they make their content and stuff like that. But for me, just waiting and watching everything that goes on inside of Rec Room is kind of just what works for me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah. Moving on to a similar question, which I think you probably already explained just a little bit already. So, obviously, for those who do want to become like a Rec Room YouTuber, like a news creator, I always wondered, which I'm probably sure other people probably know, is whether you've managed to find the information. Like, do you have your viewers send in this information, like or is there certain things you rather have it remain a secret? Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you're right. I do actually have my viewers send in like news and bugs and stuff like that because since my content is news and like just putting information out there and stuff like that, as one man, I would literally have to stay home every day, all day, just to be able to figure out everything by myself. You know what I mean? I can't do that, and it wouldn't be possible without the viewers and stuff like that. So they quite literally make my channel. I have my DMs open all the time. Anybody can reach me. I'm probably the easiest to reach and talk to YouTuber inside the entire program, inside of most of, or compared to other rec tubers and stuff like that. But the reason why I have it like that is because so people can DM me and tell me what's going on and stuff. Because a lot of my content is community driven, and when it comes to finding info and news and stuff like that, just like other news stuff IRL, I kind of do need the people to tell me what's going on, you know. So it's just it really is just dependent on that and other people. But sometimes when it's updates or events and stuff, or maybe like a rec room thing that goes on, I don't really need other folks, you know what I mean? Like when it's a weekly rotation or whenever it's like an update or whatnot, I don't need other people for that, you know what I mean? But if it's like a bug or like a cool little UI feature that's split tested, or any sort of feature that's split tested and stuff like that, that's when I need other people and folks and stuff like that. So it's not all the time, but it is a big portion of it for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. So one of my co-hosts, Angel 2, has joined with me. Welcome, Angel 2. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good.
Awesome. So obviously we were still talking to Skull, where we are. Our next question for your Skull. Now, as a YouTuber, there's always going to be its ups and downs, right? What challenges have you faced while reporting on the Rec Room news? And could you share a standout moment? From your experience?
Okay. I think the hardest part about getting news is having to rely on somebody else for it. I think that's really hard because you only really have that time and then to know when that person is available and when that person can legitimately talk to you. There's been cases where I've talked to people, right, and then they'll tell me about like something that they want to send in and whatnot, and I'll be like, sure, send it in, and they'll tell me a bit about it, and then I'll ask for something so it's better for the video, and then I won't get a response till like a day later. You know what I mean? So it's just it's not knowing other people's like schedules and when they can really like talk and stuff like that. That really does get in the way. But other than that, it's honestly pretty easy. Most of the times it goes pretty smooth. But I think one of the biggest hiccups was when I was using this one guy as an example in my video for this one glitch that was going around, and he needed to be inside this private room for it, and he like left this private room, and I was like, dang, because the guy doesn't even know that I'm using him for a video, and he left the private room that I was trying to use for the video, and so I had to DM him, and I sent him a box and stuff like that, trying to get him back in there, and he did. So it was cool. But that's definitely one of the bigger hiccups.
Oh, that must have been so awkward. That must have been.
I know. I literally had to like start a chat with him and stuff like that. This random guy I don't know, and yeah, but it went well. He listened, and it was cool. And yeah, I only spent 2,000 tokens, but you know, who cares?
Yeah, actually, what you just talking about as well is like obviously people's schedules. I bet it must be more awkward for like time zones, like time differences as well, because obviously between me and you, there's like an 8-hour difference.
It's 8 hours. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Time zones. You could definitely work with time zones for sure. For sure, Steve.
Like I bet it must be awkward for you, Angel. Like time zones, right?
I'm just listening.
Just best response. But yeah, I bet that it must be awkward for like obviously when you get invited to do YouTube events here in Rec Room as well, because I've seen probably a few events where you've been invited to as like as a guest. I bet it must be awkward to do like trying to arrange it when you're available to do that, this, or like attend that as well. Like it, when you get asked about if you're possibly free to like attend like an event, and also there's like time differences to also think of as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's something that, I mean, we worked it out, so it wasn't too bad with us. But it's definitely like kind of weird. It was weird to be like when I first started getting asked for that type of stuff, to like kind of reveal my time zone, I guess, because I barely know the person, and they're reaching out to me as a creator, like from creator to creator, if we wanted to collab on this one thing that, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it worked this time, and it's cool. So
now looking at the pretty much the Rec Room itself at the moment, do you think Rec Room, from like obviously when you first joined, do you feel like it's changed rapidly?
Oh yeah, definitely, it's changed rapidly. I honestly, it's changed a lot compared to how it used to be. But I feel like the mentality has changed a lot from how it used to be, for sure. I remember Rec Room being a lot more, a lot more, how do I say, not all crazy with the prices. There was a lot more, just players were a lot more happier and stuff like that with how things were. I really do think the lack of content in Rec Room Originals and stuff like that really did kind of spark all this community distrust and disdain for the Rec Room devs and stuff like that. But the token prices and all that and everything else adds on for sure, Ski. I remember things used to be pretty cheap back then. So
yeah, and then when 2020 hit for across worldwide, to me, in my opinion, I feel like because I feel like the cost of living crisis, well, the inflation prices anyway, it was also affected Rec Room, so hence we've seen expensive token prices, which to be honest, I try and make it a fun little thing just to make out of, just like saying inflation affected Rec Room.
Yeah, I feel you. It's like all of us are secretly depressed about the prices.
Yeah,
we all share that.
We're gonna probably see like some people just trying to like grind for tokens in the rec centers, like probably trying to do some singing. So they should actually have like an option where we can donate tokens to people, like just tokens.
That'd be cool.
So if someone's like singing in the rec center, we can just like donate them some tokens or anything. It's like, because then it boosts their self-esteem and all that. Like, yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, now looking for the future though of Rec Room, because recently there's been 2 collaborations so far with, actually 3 collaborations with Rec Room so far, and it's been Barbie, AJR, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What's your thoughts on the what do you think of the awesome collaborations with Rec Room on that so far? Do you think they done good with that one?
I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I like the collaborations. I like it because they're cool and extra things to do. But to be honest, I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles event probably the best one, because I mean, other than the shell bucks cap and everything that's like pretty bad about it, like all the bugs and whatnot, it's an adventure that gave us more content than any of the other collaborations. To be fair, like I've never seen as many people on a collaboration game this long.
It basically gave us a little quest.
Yeah, but they don't want to call it a quest because they don't want to make it like an RRO. So they're calling it like an adventure or whatever. But call it whatever you want. I don't care. You know what I mean? So it's whatever. But honestly, I definitely do think this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle adventure stuff needs to happen more often, because players have been wanting stuff like this for a while. Yeah. And I mean, players are getting it. So, and players like it, I think.
Okay, if you could have the option for Rec Room to collab with any celebrity or like product company, and they ask you to choose that collaboration, who would it be and why?
Either Drake or Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X because I know he would do something cool, like for show. I'm expecting a show out of him. But Drake,
Yes.
because it's Drake. I mean, we love Drake here. I like Drake, so I would love to be like in a concert with Drake. That'd be awesome.
Okay,
So
okay, we should definitely make that
Yeah.
happen. Collaboration with Skull and Drake. Yes, like just straight up, just like
dude, that's crazy.
we
would
should
be
definitely
crazy.
make that happen now for sure. But I definitely like Little Nas X more than Drake though. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Right, but yeah, and so yeah, obviously for the future of Rec Room still a bit more. Do you think there's any going to be any more good positive things to come out from Rec Room? And if so, what do you reckon there might be?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously Rec Room's going to have its bugs and its bad stuff and whatnot. I think Room Rewards is one of the bad things that Rec Room, the new Room Rewards is one of the bad things that Rec Room had recently released. But I think a good thing that they're actually going to release is going to be like Rec Room Originals and stuff like that. Like the My Little Monsters that we're getting, that Rec Room Original. I think that's also a good thing that we're getting from Rec Room. But a bad thing that we've gotten from Rec Room has been the new Room Rewards for sure. It honestly just depends. But I definitely do think if it's quest content, gameplay wise in the future, I definitely do think it's going to get a lot better. But when it comes to like programs and stuff like that, I really do hope they do better. This new Room Rewards was so depressing for people. And did you see Therapeutics' video on it? It's crazy.
Yeah, I did actually. Which it's sad to think of that. It's actually real to think of, because we always look at Rec Room as such a great world to like escape to from the real world, and
Yeah, a lot of players said.
I think I think with Rec Room at the moment, I think all they need is a boosting a helping hand, just like to push them in the right direction again, and then they'll be good to go again. That's what I reckon for sure. So, but yeah. But anyway, as for Rec Room YouTubers as well, I have seen a video before where someone was saying that there should be like more Rec Room original YouTubers, and it got me thinking. I think this is actually kind of true. I think there should probably be some more Rec Room YouTubers to be inspired by. Which I kind of want to ask you the question too then. Do you reckon there should be some more RecTubers out there?
Honestly, no. Because I feel like there is new like creators and stuff like that getting into Rec Room and whatnot. But I feel like Rec Room's at a point where it's not really... Right now, it doesn't really have like too big of an audience compared to how it used to have, especially on YouTube and whatnot. So I'm seeing more creators get into Gorilla Tag, like both Aya and stuff like that, or other VR games. Soulfox has always been into other VR games. He's a general VR YouTuber, so I've always kind of seen like as YouTubers get bigger and stuff, take the Soulfox approach for sure. But I have yet to really see like, other than like BVR and like the main therapeutic one or YouTubers and stuff like that, I haven't really seen a lot of YouTubers focusing primarily on Rec Room, or more YouTubers focusing primarily on Rec Room. It seems like people are just trying to outbranch and outreach into different genres and categories.
Yeah, which I suppose yeah, it's quite good as well. Like to keep the channel branching out to like different games out there as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, if Rec Room had constantly updated and like had a bunch of like new stuff and stuff like that, I'm sure we would see a lot more people talking about just Rec Room for sure. But there's just not a whole lot, for people to talk about right now all the time.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, now I do have another question for you. Did anyone inspire you to become a YouTuber? And if so, who?
Actually, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber as a kid, so I guess just general YouTubers have just kind of always inspired me, but I can't really think of like just a single inspiration. You know what I mean? I've always kind of just wanted to be a YouTuber as a kid, so
Yeah.
You're on the right path.
I hope so.
If I say it myself.
Thank you. I
With
appreciate
a person with no fans, you're on the right path.
Yeah.
You know, Angel, I'm going to take your advice very, very seriously. I think you have everything to back you up.
Such inspiring words. Thank you for that, Angel. That's good words to give to Skull. So yeah, anyway, before we conclude the podcast, do you have any advice for those who want to become content creators by venturing into the Rec Room community, or
This
just
one will help.
other YouTube content out there?
So I've started my second channel, Skull Premium. and from there I'm kind of really able to see like how it is on a fresh brand new slate, and from what my experience and my experience with everything is to just be consistent with your uploads. If it's funny moments, funny skits, whatever it is, keep uploading them, because that's what Rec Room kind of needs, and that's what will really propel you into the right direction. Obviously you got to make quality stuff, but if you don't have the most quality, you don't need the most quality stuff to make the most quality stuff, is what I'm trying to say. But if you don't have like a computer or PC streamer camera or anything like that, don't expect your video to be Picasso. You know what I mean? Unless you really chef that up in editing, for sure. But I would say the biggest thing that's going to help you in content creation is persistence, and just kind of being able to come up with videos fast enough. Honestly, that's what really helped me. And since my content's news and it's very simple, and I'm just talking, and it's honestly like commentary or like Moist Critical, it's just real simple for me to be persistent and stuff like that. Maybe if it's funny moments or a skit or something, it's a little harder because you got to write it out and the script and all that. But as long as you're uploading and you aren't demotivated and stuff like that, and you know what you're doing when it comes to YouTube's tags, it's YouTube studio systems, everything like that. You really got to get real technical with YouTube if you want to like be able to bend the algorithm like that with your videos and stuff. If you know what you're doing and stuff like that, and you have the right attitude and you are just cooking, you're gonna do good for sure. It's there's not a whole lot of Rec Room creators right now, so the whole competition's very small. What's up?
How did you become a YouTuber? Like, what was the first video? How'd you come up with
it? Actually used to be Minecraft and GTA 5 role plays.
Wow.
For my first video.
Come up with that?
Basically, I used to watch Minecraft roleplay YouTubers, and I was like, dang, I want to do this. So I made my own like high school map with my friends and stuff like that. And we had this Minecraft roleplay called Town Life. It was like this high school roleplay and stuff like that. It's like, oh, Angel, what you're asking? Inspiration helps a lot if you're trying to come up with stuff like that. Just finding inspiration and seeing what other people do, and maybe making your own little twist on what they do. You know what I mean? Something like that. As simple as that. It's real simple.
Like a new version of what people make.
Yeah, if you want.
Basically the same, but kind of different.
Yeah. For sure. That's kind of what I did for my news stuff too. Was with Moist Critical and all that. It's kind of a big
Skull.
What's up?
What do you use what's your headset?
I have a Quest 2 Link, but it's connected to a really good computer, so it runs like PC, pretty much.
Oh,
but I need to upgrade,
nice.
honestly. Yeah, thanks. How about you?
Quest 2.
Hey, bro, we're the same. We're the same cherry.
My mom and dad said we're gonna get Quest 3 soon.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool, actually.
Quest 3.
I don't think I'm getting a Quest 3. I don't know if I'll be able to make all the same content with the Quest 3, if it can do everything that the Quest 2 can. Like when it comes to recording, and it can.
It's basically just kind of settings different in the Oculus menu. Like it shows different stuff, but it's basically the same.
Oh, okay. I guess I just gotta see more people with it and get for me to be convinced
Yeah.
about it, I guess.
Well,
For sure.
if it helps anyone else as well, I'm also on Quest 2, so... But... My PC is powerful, like, it's powerful, but I can't run a PC on it just yet. Like, I can run my VR headset from using an Airlink, which just... It doesn't meet the system requirements, but it runs just barely, so...
Yeah,
So,
if it works, dude.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh.
Yeah, but it's been an honour to have you here with me today. Yeah, to get to know you a little bit more, like talk to you, understand what goes on behind the
Hey,
scenes
don't
a
forget
little
me.
bit, and of course Angel for joining in midway through into the show. So thank you, Angel, for joining and helping out as well.
You're welcome.
But yeah, thank you, Skull, as well for joining. Yes, as well. And
I gotta take a picture of this.
but yeah, if you like, would you like to tell your fans where they can easily follow you on your social media?
Yeah. If you guys want, you guys can just go check out my YouTube channel. It's Skull. It's SK0L. You guys, it's real simple, real easy to type in if you guys haven't already. If it's not already linked inside the description below, then check it out. Thank you, folks, and that's
His
pretty
channel
much
will
it.
be in the description down below, guys. Trust me, I think I think I've got the mind of a 6-year-old when it comes to technology sometimes, but yep, I'm sure we can get there. But again, yeah, thank you, Skull, for
sure.
joining, and
Yeah.
and thank you, Angel, as well.
Thank you too.
And without further ado, I'll
Same
see you all soon for the next episode. See you next time, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.